GTA 5 is a graphically rich game that was published by Rockstar Games in September 2013. The game is an open-world action-adventure, giving the players freedom to explore the city of Los Santos.
Flying tomahawk, scalp they motherfucking ass. We can't repo the assets of a dead man.
The game is based in the fictional state of San Andreas and focuses on three different playable characters: Franklin, Michael, and Trevor, focusing on their own personal lifestyles and their attitudes and missions. The first character, who may be considered the main character, is Michael. Michael is a former bank robber who moved to Los Santos in hopes of escaping his life of crime to raise his family peacefully. Michael then meets Franklin, the second playable character. He is Los Santos gangster and works with a sketchy car dealer. When Michael runs into a local car dealer, he asks for Franklin's help to commit a robbery to pay off his debt. The third playable character, Trevor, and Trevor is a loud-mouthed redneck who used to rob banks with Michael in the past. The unlikely trio begin to work their way up in the crime litter of Los Santos by pulling off outrageous, dangerous heists and missions. The game is filled with missions to be completed. Once the player has unlocked both Franklin and Trevor, players can swap freely between them. All three characters have special abilities. Like Michael has bullet time, Franklin can slow down time while driving, and Trevor, he goes on a rampage. Once the player has gone through the game's initial missions, including money heists and other crazy tasks, the player is dumped to Los Santos to complete more missions and progress through the story. Players are not limited to the missions and have complete freedom to venture around Los Santos and do as they please. Characters also have personal story missions that further explore the world and unlock other activities to do in the game, such as hunting, catching a movie, practicing your aim in the shooting range, and enjoying a variety of sports such as golf and tennis. Players earn cash from dual missions, which can be used to purchase properties around the city and customize cars and invest in the stock market. If you want to mess around and just have fun with the game and you want to play with friends, there is also an online version which I cannot speak too much on during this video. What I have to say about the online version of the game is that it gives the game endless possibilities, and anything and everything can happen. Just because it's an online version doesn't mean you can play on your own. You can still play and interact with other players from around the world. Be careful though, it's not sweet on GTA. You can easily get killed right here. That's why the game has a safe mode for you. Cause imagine every time you go in this game, you go killed by a guy on a hover bike. If you're playing online, I suggest put on passive mode, because that happens a lot. As you may have guessed, for a game with strippers and hookers, this game is rated 18 due to the violence, language, and sexual nature of being able to pick up hookers and go to the strip club. The game is available on Ps3, Ps4, and Ps5, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Xbox Series X, and Microsoft Windows. Games closely compared to GTA 5, Saints Row 4 is an open-world action-adventure just like GTA, but instead you're fighting off aliens and you're using superpowers. It leans towards more the fantasy than the realistic approach of GTA. And Red Dead was developed by the same creators as GTA, you guessed it, Rockstar Games. Rockstar is described as the master of open world building by The Telegraph in 2019. The game was released in 2018. Like GTA, it is also an interactive open world game. Players can partake in side activities like fishing, playing poker, and hunting. In my opinion, the GTA franchise has definitely stood the test of time and has been a widely popular game for many years. The storyline and the game links in with the violence and the activities in the game, making the characters well suited to the context of the game. My 2 cents are that this game will continue to be played for a good while as long as Rockstar Games continue to give updates and improvements to the game until we get GTA 6.